Oh, dude. Hey, good thing I cut this open.
Oh my gosh.
Oh! Is that seawater? Look at this, dude. This is the most disgusting car I've ever touched. I'm gonna start cutting out the front window. This is how we do it. We save the stock glass. It's cracked and messed up. Tree hit it or something. But we set it over the polycarbonate window. And because this is curved, look at this. It like just lines up. Boom, lines up. We got a couple of clamps and I had Alec help squeeze it together. We went ahead and marked the perimeter here. Boom, boom, boom. And then we'll take the window off. I'll use my trusty jigsaw here and cut it right out. Obviously, after it's cut, some wee-woo on the wobbly lines and whatnot, file it straight, put it on the belt sander, get it worked in. And I did hold my Sharpie so that it would be just a little bit wide. So you can see that when I marked it. So I'll end up cutting right on the Sharpie line, and hopefully that'll give me the material. Lots of work going down in here right now. Yeah, let me hold it up there. Nice. Yeah, perfect. I got like a 1/4 inch till the edge of the car over here. Hey, look how nice and flat it lays. Yeah, it's good. Like perfect. All here too. Damn. Flat boy. Hell yeah. The curved piece is the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Okay, then tons of filing, sanding, straightening out the edges. Then I'll show you guys how to paint the edges, but not bad. First hit. We are going to tack in the Safecraft fire suppression pull cable. I'm old school. I like the mechanical release. You can see right here. Boom. I don't know, I just always had that. That's what I like, so that's what I'm doing. Alec has the tab fit up and in place. I'm gonna sit in the car, figure out where it needs to be, because it needs to be when you're strapped in, shoulders back, within arm's reach. And then also for the marshals, like from the outside to be able to reach it, which is why it's here on the A-pillar. So I'm gonna sit in there and then we'll get it tacked up.
Closer?
No, probably further away, yeah, right there. Next up is trimming this for the collector. We're gonna end up moving it up so it has a little bit more room between the transmission and that box tube, because although the collector fits right now, there's virtually no way to get the tubes into the collector. So we're gonna drop the engine, drop the gearbox, and get this notched out, which will just provide us with enough wiggle room. It'll just make life a little bit easier. Because we don't know exactly where it's gonna go. Well, let's get this out of the way, and then I can get in there and get cutting. Going to cut the center beam here for collector clearance. Boom, right there. I'll show you guys some pictures from CAD Chris, but basically if we cut that, it allows us to keep the collector completely flat, which will give us more room underneath the collector for the lower header tubes. And then it'll basically be straight out from the back of the collector through the license plate hole. Very, very cool. Yeah, make that cut and then we'll fill it in, box it, plate it, weld it, sand it, bodywork it in so it looks like it was meant to be. Oh, dude, I'm a freaking surgeon with these things, dude. Hey, good thing I cut this open.
Oh my gosh, the sand that we never got out.
Look at this, look at this. Oh God.
Hey, that's the good stuff, it's from Florida.
Yeah, jeez.
Oh my God.
Dude, can you imagine the frame rails like down there? How much sand there is in there?
It must be insane.
Oh my God. And this sucker, that's the right amount right there.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Let's see. Yeah, look at that hole.
I just got done filing the edges of the window and now I'm hitting all of them with the DA. 80 grit, and I keep going around and around and around, obviously because the DA has a nice flat edge. When you're lining this up, it really helps keep that edge straight. I did put it in the belt sander and stood it up with Alec's help for just a little bit to take out one part that I kind of messed up, but the rest of it I'm just smoothing with the DA. Boom! Look how nice and flat this thing lays. Look, it's just like right here, raised up, push it down, and this fits perfectly up against that. It's obviously sitting down low, but push it up, fits perfect right around that edge, and lays so flat. It's crazy. That's the difference with pre-formed glass. It's not perfect, but it's damn near perfect. A lot better than a completely flat sheet. Oh man. So the next thing for this would be to position it, drill it, and then we're gonna do a combination of rib nuts and tapping. Because it is pretty thick, we're gonna do some places are gonna be tapped. Made good headway this week with getting the cage and the dash and all of that stuff fit up. I am very, very happy with how everything is laying in there. Alec got the carbon footwell in, fire suppression bottle. We're moving along nicely. Hell yeah. Oh, I'm pumped.
Hey, yeah, more work done to this car than a whole 3 days of work than like we've done it all.
Yeah, well that's what happens when you don't have to work on the freaking race car every damn day. Get some hours to put into the C8. It's been paying off. I just cleaned all of the window glue off of this thing. There was a couple of high raised areas like where they weld the frame together. I knocked off those high areas and I got the window all trimmed up last time and test fit and the corners all rounded and all of that. So I'm pretty much ready to start drilling my holes and figure out exactly where I'm gonna put what. And then I need to kind of confirm because I'll probably end up doing rib nuts in this because this is like carbon fiberglass stuff. And then depending on the thickness of this, I might end up tapping this because this is usually really, really thick. Yeah, the threads are aluminum, but there's not that much tension on the window and there's so many of them. I don't know, we'll see. I ended up tapping a couple of different things on the chassis because the material is so thick and it works out fine. So let's see how she goes. We put the A-pillar pieces on, which is awesome because it goes over the window and it should be able to kind of help keep that in place, but it also tells us exactly where we can put the rib nuts in or the hardware. The windshield lines up against this and you can see it sits flat everywhere, but there's one place it's kind of raised up here. So I know I want to put a piece of hardware somewhere here to hold this down. There's kind of two things I've been thinking about. One, it needs the window brace, which I might end up bolting in. So I kind of don't want to have a piece of hardware here because if I need to have a piece of hardware underneath, it'd probably be like countersunk with a nut on the back for the window brace underneath the window. So I'm probably going to end up doing, instead of one center, one on either side of center, which then I need to figure out where to put this in that raise. And I was kind of figuring if you find right here, makes this whole thing go pretty much completely flat. So I'll probably end up going right here and right here in the corner. The corner just because you kind of have to in the corner so it doesn't look stupid, but realistically just this one right here makes this whole flange sit down completely flat. Same thing here. Boom. The whole flange is now sitting flat and then start working my way down. And I think I might use some Clecos to kind of hold it temporary, but I have to see if a quarter is less than the drill bit top size for 5 mil. I had to look that up. Okay, got it figured out, got it placed, got it measured, and then got a little excited and didn't film it, but drilled it and put 2 Clecos in it. So this time I'm using 1/8 inch Clecos, so drilled a little pilot hole, 1/8 inch, and then put that in, because if I do decide to tap it instead of a rib nut, I need a 4.2 millimeter, so that's just over 1/8 inch, so that's perfect. Now I'm gonna mark the rest out and get mounting. God damn, I love Clecos. Damn, that's good. Boom, everything is clecoed and in place. Very, very secure. Really like the spacing on everything and how flat the window lays. It's flat everywhere, it touches. Crazy that this is just a universal piece. Next would be removing it, probably tapping here, because that's real thick, and then putting rib nut in this lower section because that's fiberglass. So these will all be rib nuts and these will be drilled and tapped. Open up the window to like 5.5 mil, and then we'll paint a border all along here and probably partially up this so that it kind of covers where the dash fits up in there, and then it'll be ready. Real happy with how it's coming along. We'll keep on pushing. Looks pretty good. Tapping. Yeah, look how thick this is. It's 3/8 of an inch thick in there.
Yo, this guy is using a drill to tap.
Look at that, dude. Watch me go.
Oh my God.
Torque.
You're a menace.
Torque, dude. Easy money, dude. Gotta make sure it's square. Frickin' send it. Bada boom. Yeah, those threads are clean. Got my piece of material, just long enough. I got my width, boom, marked here, thumped her out. Okay, gonna fit this up and break this piece out, get it to fit right. Cut this with the DA, made that look good. Alex cleaning this. Be ready to weld that sucker. Time to tack this sucker on. That thing fits pretty good. Hell yeah, brother! All right, let's freaking get it. Boom, got that done. Chop, chop. This side's not as nice as this side, but yeah, that's the point of it, is that I put enough meat on there so we can grind it and finish it in so it's smooth, like the trans tunnel situation in there, so you won't even be able to tell that we notched it. That's the point. All right, time to get grinding. So Alec is gonna work on that, and I'm gonna continue on the front window. I just did a rough mark where we want the black to cover, because obviously we don't wanna be seeing the car through here or seeing like the gaps in the dash fitment or anything like that. So I just did a rough mark of where it needs to cover, and I'll pull it, tap the holes, drop the rib nuts, do all that, and then start working on painting the window probably.
So now that Matt has got our beautiful windshield cut out and placed onto the car, it's already rib nutted and everything and ready to mount, I went ahead and masked off our border. Okay, so this windshield is actually a universal windshield. It's already pre-formed, so you can see the curvature there, which is really awesome. But it doesn't come with a border because we had to cut it out. So I went ahead and took some measurements, made some Sharpie marks, and then set some blue tape up on the inside here, so that we're gonna go ahead and spray that. So it's already set up, perfect. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw the original plastic back over the windshield, and then I'm gonna make a little cut along blue tape, and we'll be good and ready to paint. After that, I'll go ahead and test fit it on the car, make sure that everything's perfect, and should be ready to go. All right, so we just placed the windshield back on the car with the border taped on and masked, just to make sure that the border is gonna cover up all of the ugly parts of the chassis, and we're looking good. So now that the windshield has been test fitted with the masking tape on, and we made sure that it covers up all of the ugly parts of the chassis, and that it's an appropriate size, I'm gonna go ahead and get to sanding the border. I've cut off the plastic wrap and then taped the middle portion back down to my masking tape. That way, while I use a DA sander, we are not going to mess up the center. So that way it stays looking good. This will be a process because this windshield has an anti-scratch coating. So we'll see how long it takes. I'm not really sure, but we want to sand it to make sure that the paint that we use sticks to the windshield, and it looks good. Oh, and another thing. I put this masking tape right here for the VIN number. It's those little things that count, man. That way, I don't know, it looks good, looks OEM, you know, it's little things. Oh God, this feels sacrilegious. Feels bad. Such a nice window, but gotta do what you gotta do. Got this thing all done. Started off with an 80 grit sanding disc and then went up to 120. And now it looks pretty dang good. I'm gonna do another layer of blue masking tape so that I get that perfect hard line. And after that, we're gonna get ready, go outside and shoot this thing with some steel black. Steel black's just the best. Obviously, it's typically used for like metal projects, but it lays down so flat. You can be kind of, you can have bad painting habits and actually lay down a pretty good paint job because the paint, it just like naturally blends in with itself really well. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that steel black for painting the border on this windshield in just a little bit.